Hello, my name is Nick Bois, and I would like to be your next MP for Enfield North. I know that in asking for your vote, I'm also asking for your trust. And that's no small thing at a time when trust between politicians and the people they serve has broken down so badly. I think it's time for a new type of politics, and for that, I believe we need a new type of MP.
I think Nick is somebody who represents change. He's not from the standard political background, he's not of the political class. I actually don't see him as a politician. I think the fact that Nick is a successful businessman who's got a track record of success means that he's coming to politics not because it's necessarily a career for him, but because he believes passionately that we need to do things better.
I am frustrated by the running down of our key services, post offices, transport, and above all the downgrading of our hospital by Labour. Former ward sister Liz Henthorne spells out what this really means for all of us.
The cuts will be horrendous for everybody, young and old, mothers-to-be, road traffic accidents, you name it, it will be horrendous. I live on the Great Cambridge Road, I have to go to North Middlesex Hospital, they can't cope. People this side will have to go to Barnet, of Enfield Town will have to go to Barnet, and they can't cope either.
I trust what those working on the front line of healthcare say about Labour's cuts to our services. This is what former ambulance driver John Jewson, with over 30 years' experience, has to say.
The primary care trust don't want to know. They've got their own agenda. They know what's going to happen. Unfortunately, they're being backed up by the government that's in at the moment. So whatever we say, they are not listening to the public. We want someone, please, to listen to us and look after our children in the future.
The Conservatives have promised a moratorium on all cuts to Chase Farm Hospital. This means halting the cuts and reviewing them on clinical needs, letting our local doctors and GPs look at the best way of providing healthcare without being told what to do by politicians. Our hospital's future is not the only issue affecting our quality of life in Enfield. Crime remains a key concern, more so as people feel that often the victim of crime ends up on the wrong side of the law.
It's really frightening. I always say this to my husband about if somebody was to get into our house, he's always said they wouldn't get very far because I would knock them out, etc., etc. And I always say to him, well then they've won because it means you will be going into prison. When you hear these stories where people have hit back and they land up in trouble, you think, my God.
You'd welcome David Cameron's statement that a burglar leaves his human rights outside the front door if he breaks into your home?
Absolutely, yes. I'd really feel very strongly on that subject, actually.
This recession has cost many jobs and threatened many businesses. I launched the Backing Local Business campaign to help protect some of those jobs and remind people how important it is to support our local shops and businesses, which are a vital part of our local community. A main part of the campaign has been to negotiate some free parking days and to raise a petition against the government's massive hike in business rates. As well as supporting our local shops, we also need to look at the bigger picture, for example, dealing with traffic congestion.
This gives you an idea of the traffic conditions facing residents on Bullsmore Lane every day. At its peak, 150 HGVs go up and down this road. I want to see the Northern Gateway Access Road re-implemented, which will provide a direct link from Mollison Avenue, the industrial area, with the M25. The result? Less traffic on this mainly residential road, an improvement in residents' quality of life, and the chance to give better transport links for business in Enfield. It's a win-win.
And of course, we can also ease congestion by improving our bus and train services. In 2005, I teamed up with frustrated commuter Adel Panay to form the Enfield Rail campaign. We've had some success in restoring services.
What was it that you felt we got a bit of a result?
People power,
Yeah.
the people all getting involved, the people coming on board with us, helping us with our campaign, helping us with our petitions.
With perseverance, we managed to achieve some results, if not everything we wanted to achieve today.
And we haven't finished yet?
We haven't finished yet, we're still going. We'll still keep going until we are happy with our rail services in Enfield.
I've spent nearly all my adult life outside of politics. I come from a background where I have started and worked in my own business for over 20 years. I've enjoyed bringing up a family of 4 and facing the ups and downs that so many of us face in our daily lives. I think it's time that we had less career politicians and more people who fairly represent the lives that each of us undergo.
Yes, we've had some tough times. The credit crunch, the recession, trust in politics has been badly damaged, and of course our hospital is facing severe cuts. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a chance to put Britain back on her feet. It is now time for a change. So this general election, vote Conservative.